just learning from it and saying, you know what, I needed that self-validation, and I needed that own self-worth and self-confidence.
And to feel that people are actually it's accepted and wanting you.
Exactly.
In the gay community, they try to escape some things that they're dealing with.
You took the words
Go ahead,
out of my mouth. It's an escape. It's like you feel on top of the world for a night.
Escape from what?
Life, harsh reality.
So many different. It's a myriad of different things. I struggle with this. Like when I first came out, I had a large cocaine problem. Like I just took cocaine so much, and it was after the fact when I stood back from the painting and I was like, yeah, you were totally running from something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to start an argument. Yeah, I'm just trying to spark a conversation.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of What's the P, a show that provides a platform for gay black men to express their perspectives on topics, issues, and concerns of the world around us and how it actually impacts our community. I'm Curtis Rosella.
I'm Justin Lamar.
And we are your show's hosts today. Joining us as our guest hosts, we have Donald, Ivory, as well as Corey. Today's topic of discussion will be alcohol and substance abuse within the black gay community. It is well known the acceptance of recreational use of controlled substances and alcohol has always been prevalent in the black gay community. It is apparent that these vices are taking a hold of our community in such a way that is possibly allowing our men to be overlooked when it comes to STD and STI prevention as well as treatment. Some say it keeps us sedated in such a manner that it discourages our group from getting the support they need as it pertains to depression, combating stereotypes, handling mental abuse, and gaining personal acceptance, thus allowing for predators to prey on our community, as the alleged murders of young black gay men by Ed Buck has shown to be muted in mainstream media. To keep our community woke to the suppression drugs and alcohol can have on the well-being of young gay black men, let's discuss this possible growing epidemic and share how it can and has affected our relationships with friends, family, and acquaintances. Well, that leads right into the next topic when you talk about sex, was why do you think on social media apps, like gay apps, like it's so accepted? I just found the other day, it was just yesterday, I didn't know the capital letter T.
Tina.
Yeah. Rollerblades.
Wait, I didn't know that.
How did you not know that?
I because he doesn't do drugs.
And
somebody told me I put rollerblades on my thing.
But you actually go rollerblading.
Yeah.
I mean, rollers.
No, ice skate.
Ice skate. Well, one of them, I was like,
Did not know
child,
that.
let me take this over here.
but see, like what you said, if you're not exposed to those type of things, then you don't know. So then you might read someone's profile and it has that party.
I knew
with
party.
The capital T. And then you're like, well, what does that mean? But even when you have to ask questions,
I thought it was
friend.
just a little misspelling.
No, baby.
No.
I thought it was just type, because I make typing errors all the time. I'm teeing up.
Don't do that.
This is high as a kite.
So when people say party and play on one of those apps, and they put party and play, or they'll say party and the P or capital T. If you don't know those, the P and P. But if you don't know those things, you don't. Yeah. And then again,
child, I was rollerblading at 10.
To speak to what Donald said, it does take a moment like this to be transparent with people about things like what you said and what you shared, because transparency they don't exist in the gay community. People are not authentic. And then when you're able to talk about those things and you do see those things on those apps and you're looking for a good time, I treat those apps like social media. It's like, Instagram for me. I go see just to laugh. We call it checking the roll. I said, let me check the roll and see what's going on. So when you go and you read people's profiles and you see things like that, if you know what those mean, then you're not interested. I don't want any part of it because that's something that I would want to do. And then you don't know. Somebody might not have any of that on their profile. And then you meet them and then you might go to their house or something, which is also something we talk about in another show. You go to their house and all of a sudden they pull out all these drugs and you're like, what is going on here?
I've done it.
It happened.
Really? Left and been like, no.
Yeah, but it happens.
That's
And then,
not for me.
and then you don't know.
Somebody did tell me, they were like, they were like, "Oh, you stated it," and I was like, "No, that wasn't me." And now I'm like, "Oh, I did state it."
Yeah, you been rollerblading.
And also, they do it because they was like, hey, they want to let you know, if you're into it, let me know. We can do it together.
That's what I was talking
And
to
if you're
Justin
not,
this morning because
and
I
if
was
you're
like,
not,
it's so
keep it
accepted.
moving,
I
and let you
understand
know upfront.
marijuana.
Yeah.
Like marijuana is pretty soon it's going to be just like cigarettes. I mean, just like alcohol. I think it's going to be legal. And honestly, if it's real marijuana, I personally don't think there's anything wrong. Now, I assume like everybody smokes every now and again. It's that they don't have to, but I do assume that you most likely do smoke weed, like you have or you have not. I just think most people have tried it.
Like my first time trying it, I think when I very first moved to Houston was my first time ever actually trying marijuana. It was a terrible experience, and I was like, "No, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm good. I'm good."
So, and the funny thing is, I remember. Now, this is weird. I know. Judgment zone here.
Judgment free zone.
Judgment free.
Free.
No,
No,
this is for the kids.
This is for the people. This is for the people to judge. The people that's watching. So, my sister and I'm the youngest child, the only boy. I had 3 older sisters. My older sisters have since passed away, but I have 2 more sisters. My sister, a year and a half older than me. I think maybe for my 13th birthday, I had to have been 13. Or maybe even 12.
Were you drunk?
No, we was high.
What?
We got, yes, y'all.
No.
I don't know. It's just the times is weird. We got in the car. Oh, it's so funny when she said she gonna crack up laughing. We was like,
She was
"Ooh, let's
14
get-"
years driving?
She was 14. She was 13. I was driving since I was 11.
What?
Yeah.
He from Beaumont.
We were in the car. Yes, you better tell them, friend.
That golden triangle.
Golden Triangle. So we were in the car, and I think my sister was like, "What you gonna do for your birthday?" I said, "Girl, let's get high." And she was like, "I don't know where we even got the weed from." I don't know. She got the weed. My sister got the weed. So, we got in the car, and we sat there, and we got high, right? We got out the car, and we was like, "Oh, what are we gonna do? We got to walk around outside or something." I'm like, "We gotta go back in the house eventually." But we did get high. I think I might have been 13. I'm gonna have to ask my sister when I leave from here. What
She
age
gonna be like,
we
"No,
were.
we talking about business."
No, baby, we have some stories. Again, I grew up in some projects, so like you were surrounded by so many things. And my oldest sister, she exposed. We seen a lot of stuff in our life, but she kind of showed us, don't do this, and don't do this, and do this, and do this, and do this, and do that, and don't do this. So she was a good guide for us. That's why I miss her so much. But yeah, I was at 13. Used to thinking about your experiences with drugs, and you say, "Why am I sitting in the car getting high and I'm in like 6th grade or 7th grade?" But it was interesting. But like that's why now like drugs, stuff like that won't even. I'm not buying no weed. First of all, I'd rather buy something to eat than to buy some weed. Yeah. Go get me some ingredients for a gumbo or something before I go. Yeah, come on.
This Thursday we're gonna be at Avery House.
Come on, gumbo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd rather do something like that than do that. You pick how you want to, spend your money. But I would say that in those experiences, you determine. Donald said never again. You mentioned edibles. I mentioned edibles.
He did.
Yeah, edibles. Some people don't know. They eat them and then they get sick. Yeah. They start vomiting
or they get too high and they get stuck.
Yeah.
I was stuck in a Taco Bell parking lot for 2 hours.
Yeah.
What?
Real
I can't do this.
Like
yeah.
you get to the point where you can't move.
Smoking.
Yeah.
I think I ate like a cookie and a half, and it was
Oh my God!
It was horrible.
You was stuck for real.
I'm glad you're here with us.
I felt like I was in a movie. It was terrible.
Okay, you guys, let's jump to the next question. Have you ever felt need to drink excessively when hanging with your gay friends, or vice versa?
I don't drink. I don't really drink.
Okay.
Alcohol has never just been big for me. My dad was an alcoholic, like terribly, like bad. So when I did have my stint of like substance abuse, I knew it wouldn't be alcohol because like one, like you said, like drunk people annoy me.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And and when I am drunk, I'm more like. I just get funnier.
He's a funny drunk.
Yeah, I just get funnier. Yeah, I'm funny when I'm drunk, but drunk people really annoy me. So, no, not really. What happens more likely than not is my bank account stuff. Because I'm just like, who wants drinks? I'm just buying. I want everybody to have a good time. Yeah. So, and what'll happen is like I'll get a beer and then get the rest of everybody like shots and shit. And then like the next morning I'm like, oh my God, I spent like $400 last night.
Yeah. Don't look at me.
No, don't look at me.
Oh.
Just look for your answer.
Okay, well. Well, when it comes to social things, at one point, I didn't drink for like years. Because I found I had diabetes, and I was like, oh, it's like a combination. And I figured out, if I drink this, I can still do this, and my blood sugar will be here and will be there. So I had picked up, how do I do it? Yeah, it'll work out. It will work out. So then I didn't drink for a long time. But then, you know, being from Beaumont, myself and two of my friends, we created like a nightlife scene for Beaumont. So we used to do like parties and club nights and stuff like that. And it was fun. Yes, man. I used to do parties. That's the MC. So I would be the MC.
Yes,
the MC
I can see it.
yeah. So I would be the MC at all the parties, things like that. So that's how I'm just doing. I'm like,
the minister.
and the minister, yes. So you know, being social like that, I didn't have to, especially if I was something that we know we're making money on. I could not drink like that because I'm out making sure everything is running right, make sure none of these. Oh, I'm make sure the people are not fighting. You know, things. We have the police working our events and things like that. So, you know, I would pay attention to what's going on around me more than anything else. So I did not drink in those type of things. But when I had a moment to relax and let loose and enjoy myself, anybody knows me, whenever I'm out, we have a good time. We have a good time. And like what Corey said, he would look at his bank account and say, ooh, whatever. But if you come to my house, I have a bar at my house. So if you walk in, you know, it's like, do you want something to drink? Now you want some diet tea? Because I have diet things. Everything's diet in there. Or go to the bar and get you something else, whatever you like to drink. Something's on the bar. But socially.
Party after party.
Listen, it's like that. Jessica tell you, you know, it's like everybody sit down, relax, enjoy yourself. If I'm having a good time, I want everybody around me to have a good time. And you don't have to drink.
Well, I want everybody to have a good time, and I think having a good time is having a drink. I want to be a good old dirty drink.
Boy, down.
So I like to drink, and that's why I have to be careful.
He just made us a big picture.
And when I
can go into it.
I'm like, they made me have my cup. So
the tea.
No, but really, I think like drinking has always been a coping mechanism for me. And it made me relaxed, it made me calm, it made me mellow. I express myself even more freely than I normally do when I drink. Because I have no problem expressing myself, but I definitely express myself when I'm drunk. And I felt like when I was in a gay environment, I needed to do that. Like when I felt like I needed to, because usually I'm held back and I'm
reserved. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so.
But I think that's a lot of us feel that way in the gay community, especially in the black gay community. Like, because, I mean, out of all the communities, I think we definitely are the most judgmental.
Oh, absolutely.
Hands down. So I think that's a big issue that we run into. That's another reason why a lot of us do get into the different issues of sex, drugs, and money laundering and everything else like that. I think it's because a lot of us either try to fit into the scene, so they want to buy certain things and look a certain way, or we all want to feel. Or we all want to feel comfortable enough because a lot of us, I feel like a lot of us still have those insecurities.
Yeah.
So that we still, because as a culture, we don't do therapy. I think that's another reason why, going back to kind of one of our previous shows, is that a lot of us still go to church because that's our internal kind of.
It is, and I think that's why, since we don't do therapy, the alcohol and the drugs is probably a therapeutic.
Well, and something else that Donald said too, which is true. You know, the community is very judgmental, and I think that what happens in the gay community is that. Why would you want to embarrass a group of people that's already embarrassed?
Yeah.
So then you pick and choose what you're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about their shoes because you don't have one on. You have a Reeboks or Balenciagas and whatever the case might be. You know, people are going to find something to say. But baby, they call me.
I'm too old to
but
care.
People do have those kind of conversations, so they feel like they have to do certain things, like scam. Like writing checks. Don't come to my job with y'all checks.
But what you're saying is real. Like, in that period of my life, I had people who said like atrocious things about me, and it was because they had witnessed me doing cocaine or whatever, but they didn't know like below the surface what I was dealing with.
Right,
like, you never know somebody else's.
Yeah, and it was like you don't even know.
They're probably likely going through it.
That's
true. Instead of us being supportive and saying, "Hey, friend, what's going on? Let me hey,
I'm gonna
I
tear
can
you
pull
down.
over.
Right.
Yeah. No, it took my friend flying from New York City to be like, something is wrong with you, and I'm not gonna let this happen to you.
Yeah, a lot of us have that mean girl mentality.
Yeah.
Is if I belittle you, that'll make me look better. But then on the outside, you just look like an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tear somebody down and build yourself up. Like, it just don't work.
Oh, that's what they
Yeah.
do. And Donald mentioned about moving to a new city. You know, when you go into a new city, to go from a small town to a larger city, or wherever you visit, wherever you move to, you do have to acclimate yourself with the people around you. So then you don't know a house party. You're invited to you're
Think
stranger
it's a
to them.
house
And you
party.
think a real house party.
Like, good house
It ends up being a house party.
I just get nervous.
Well, a kickback. We love see,
Kickback.
we love the kickback. We have some food
Game
and things like that. Game nights. We like things like that. But when you think about those things and you invite, and say you're invited to one, and you don't know the people that's gonna be there. So as Black people, we like this. Who's there? Oh, I can't stand there. Who coming? Who's gonna be there? None of you bitches just show up. Yeah. Oh, you like to ask those kind of questions. You know, you gotta say who's gonna be there. Well, it doesn't matter. Walk in, enjoy yourself. It's difficult for some people because of anxiety and things to walk into a home that you don't know, and then you're like, I can't relax from these punks in here. You don't know what to do. So then you don't know how to feel, but you feel like somebody's really watching you. You don't know what's going on. So then you choose things like, give me a drink. Like Curtis, can y'all give me a drink, please? On a ride.
Or let me get up on.
or a bump. If that's what
I gotta relax.
if they want a bump, and that's how they're gonna relax it is. I went to a party, and I'm saying it anyway. So they had a little setup. I'm not. They don't know who I'm talking about unless they were there. They had bar set up. They had regular straws, and they had cut some straws about this little. So when I was over there fixing drinks,
we are drinks.
We don't know. But here's the thing. The weird thing is, whenever based on the type of cocktail you're making, it's a certain glass you're supposed to put it in. So the straws in my house, I cut them for the glass, not for nothing else.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I saw the short straws, I said, Fran, come here. Why you got these little straws over here? He said, oh, that's why everybody be comfortable. They doing coke, they could get their straw. I said, oh, you wrong for this.
So that's what that is. So why do you think it's so accepted?
Because
in the gay community. That's the next question. Like, why do you? Because that.
Why is it so accepted?
So
I think
because you can't do coke at my house.
In that space. But you know what they do when they go to the bathroom?
No, you can't.
You really don't.
So you know what they do when they go to the bathroom? Baby, you can't even go to the bathroom and use the restroom.
But I'm not going to provide a little straw.
Well, he said he wanted everybody to be comfortable. Which is not a bad thing.
It may be uncomfortable. I mean,
but you're not doing coke.
But you know what? I think the issue with that is you don't have to necessarily condemn it. Well, I mean,
it's
because
like,
you don't need to encourage it.
You got alcohol there. It's still a joke. It's still a poison.
Yeah.
But I think there's like they always say, there's levels to it.
It's not.
There are certain levels because it's my thing. If I see my friend, if you're at my house and we're serving alcohol, because like my best friend and I, we have game nights all the time. And if we're having alcohol, of course, that's fine, drink. But there's a limit. I'm not gonna let you leave my house drunk. That's just like if I'm not gonna be cutting straws for you to get messed up, and then you leave my house messed up.
But here's the
because
thing.
there's still a responsibility as an adult. I'm gonna hold you accountable.
But even with that being said,
And as your friend,
even with levels of what you think level of drunkenness, if that's a word, some people can hold alcohol very well. You don't know when they're drunk. I'm loud all the time.
true.
So you wouldn't yeah, he did. But it's a fact. So my normal tone, this is my normal tone. If I'm drinking, this is still my normal tone. Yeah. So I talk with my hands, I'm very animated. I'm the same all the time, even when I'm drinking. So you wouldn't even know when I'm drunk.
True.
So I'm accountable for myself. So even if somebody does, what they lead you to the water, you can't make them drink, or lead them to the fish, or whatever people say. Lead them to the water, teach them how to fish, whatever it is, something like that.
Lead the horse to water, you can't make them drink.
Lead the horse to the water, you can't make them drink. You can have the water there, you can have the supplies there, you don't have to use them. You're still accountable for what you do.
But I'm also not going to cut my straws and waste my straws.
Well, you cut them up in the back. You cut them to fit the type of drink you're drinking. So you got to cut the straw so it can fit in the right glass you're drinking.
Because when you mess with a good old dirty drinker, I need my straws to be regular size.
But to answer your question a little bit more, like, I think it's so accepted is because everybody realizes we all in the same struggle. So it's like, if you're taking advice to help you deal with it, the whole of everybody might accept it. You might get a little gossip shit, you know, about you in the most part, but everybody's like, man, you know, you dealing how you dealing.
Yeah.
And, you know, as long as you don't go too far with it, you know, publicly embarrass yourself or your friends, people are okay with it. You know, and you could see this in real time tonight if we go to Mint.
Period.
And you go to...
Come on, name drop.
But anywhere. You go to Prospect Park and
I didn't
people say,
check, man.
True.
If we go to Mint tonight and you go to the restroom, you'll see... you'll
20, oh, look, old 2020.
no, you're going to see people using the restroom.
Yeah, you'll see 5 people in a stall.
Using the restroom.
But I mean, like I said, but I still
And they're
feel
going to
like...
come out and take selfies, like... look at the miss. Like,
And that's the
clean your nose, man.
but that's the reality of it.
But that's my point though, is that that's the reality, and we can't. It's our job to change the reality, change the perception of our community, because we can't blame the other communities for judging us a certain way if we don't hold our own community accountable.
But getting to the next segment, you had stated earlier that your drug of choice was sex. And I think I can identify with that. Do you believe there's a correlation?
Ooh, that's tea. Where that cup, Curtis? Give me that hibiscus tea. Yeah. Ooh.
Do you believe there is a correlation between sexual activity and substance abuse in our community?
Yes, I mean, like I said, they go hand in hand with each other for sure. Because I mean, if any of us have ever met anyone that does meth is normally meth and cocaine are normally the drug of choice prior to sex or during sex or whatever. Like, that's why it's party and play, because it's normally drugs that increase your sex drive, and these people have sex for hours on end. You know, like meth and cocaine will increase your sex drive.
But you know, it's like what he said. Let's use Ed Buck, the allegations about Ed Buck.
Yes.
When it comes to Jamel and how he was, and he's from here. He's from Houston. So
Well,
Jamel,
it's been a couple of
Well,
guys.
well, yeah, but more.
It's like 2 or 3.
Right. So when it comes to
I know this, man.
So when it comes to Ed Buck and how the people have been in his home and people just keep coming up dead in his house. So when it comes to the sexual experience, he on his social media, he was saying, "This is what I want to do." So then they allegedly preyed on, because he never been accused of anything, allegedly.
Well, he ain't been charged.
He hasn't been charged. Correct. The allegations are there. But whenever you have people that willingly go into his home, but you know what's going on.
But this is the thing. I think, and that's what we were saying at the beginning, I was telling Justin earlier, you have, say for instance, he's in LA. You have guys these guys are young. And this is where I feel that we get preyed upon, because these guys are young. They probably got kicked out of their family's house. Maybe they ran away because it was a bad environment. They're looking to make money some kind of way. They probably haven't finished their school. They don't have education. They don't have any clean clothes. This white man with a lot of money is saying, "Hey, come over here, friend. I'll give you a couple of dollars, and for some, you give me some meat. Like literally, you give me some meat." And they're like, "I can provide that. I'm a young, strapping man. I'll come over here and here's some extra. Here's some of this.
And that's what happens.
Try this and try it." So it's not like, I don't think they knowingly put themselves in that situation. I believe they think they can handle it. I don't think they believe it's actually going to come that far, but I think they're like, I'm going to go make this quick money really quick because I need to take care of myself.
So, not necessarily knowing what you're getting yourself into, but I will say that whenever you do elect to go into a space like that, and you don't know what people are dealing with, what they're going through, then you might not see that.
But the issue even with that is you continue to go back. And that's where it goes back to me saying that you have to hold
money.
Because he has no choice.
If you don't have a place to stay, like if you I can't imagine my family just saying, Curtis,
Get
go
your-
away and get
get
the
away.
hell out.
But I mean,
You know,
that's what happens in
I
our
could-
community, though.
Yeah, but I don't know what I would do. And then you're running to this whole nother state, and you're living in a big city where it's LA. Everybody's partying. You trying to keep up with the Jones. You don't
But
want to let people know that
he
you're on the
probably
street.
he probably was looking for two things: to let it go, whatever he's been through, and then he's probably thinking, okay, maybe this is love. Maybe you never know what somebody's looking for when they go into these spaces.
Maybe they're looking for a
Survival.
father figure.
Survival.
Maybe
Well,
You never know what he did.
he probably did because he's supposed to be part of the Democratic Party. He sponsors the Democratic Party. He gives a lot of money to the Hillary Clinton and all those big wig people. And no, he did. There's a whole list. There's a whole article.
Yeah.
I forgot
It's
the
a
lady's
whole-
name.
It's
So yeah, she writes down a list of all the people that he had contributed to in the Democratic Party and how nobody has said anything because he's such a big contributor. And this man has had a couple, like at least 3 deaths in his house from drug overdose from young black men, and that's where we get preyed upon in our community, and and not only like there's a responsibility that not only that the kids need to have, but the people in our community need to do it to watch out for each other.
And that's the P. We'd like to thank our guests, Donald, Ivory, and Corey, for sharing their P. Take 3 seconds to like and subscribe on our channel below. Also, remember to share this episode with your family and friends. Discuss this at home. Join us next Monday with a new topic and 3 new guests and sharing their P. And that's the P.